All right, we are live. Now, welcome to the Ask Me Anything Sunday night show. Let me see if I am actually going live over here on my end. Okay, looking good. All right, so it's Sunday again. So as usual, that's what we do. We've been doing this for about 34 weeks now. I just counted, actually, it's about 32, 33 or 34. I kind of like don't really remember it correctly, but nonetheless, we've been doing this for many months. So if this is the first time you see me, this is Jason. I've been helping brands big and small navigating success on Facebook advertising and digital marketing since 2010. So I specialize in Facebook ads, especially the Facebook advertising strategy that helps you generate even better ROI, even with the same amount that you're spending right now using my two-step funnel framework. So if you want to learn, I've been helping brands, in actually learning in an effective way. So so if you want to learn, you can actually join my 6-day challenge. That's one of my signature learning program to help you learn Facebook advertising in an entirely different way. So what we do here, every Sunday night, I go live for half an hour to answer your questions about Facebook advertising, fundamentally about Facebook advertising. So you can actually post your questions anywhere, anytime you want. But let's say, put it this way, I've been saying this, I don't mind to say this again, I will not answer your questions in the group or in the YouTube channel. If you want to talk to me to look at your problem, then you can actually schedule a one-to-one call with me at a cost. You can actually find it on my website. But if you're asking questions, on my Facebook group and my YouTube channel, this is really like the pure community work that I'm actually doing to help you guys. So basically, that's the whole idea. What you do here is you ask the question. If you're here, then I've been actually answering you. But if you are not here, then I will answer them in the next AMA. So before we roll into it, okay, so I have already a question coming from Justine. Hi, Justine. Thank you for tuning in. And you're asking if you have a course about page likes using video. You mean you want to get page likes using video? No, you actually don't have I don't actually have a course specifically on getting page like, but nonetheless, if you learn how to run Facebook ads using the proper way, which is we go into the Facebook ads manager and to use all these 11 objectives available to actually do things in a meaningful way. So one of the objectives that you can use is actually engagement objective inside the ads manager. So if you want to learn this, I would recommend that you go through my 6-day challenge first, because 6-day challenge is fundamentally the most so-called structured Facebook advertising learning for anyone who wants to start advertising on Facebook, regardless what you want to achieve. So you've got to get page likes, like what Justin is trying to get here. Yes, we do cover that. At least we let you know which objective to choose and how do you set up the audience targeting and how do you set up the ad in the right way. So 6-day challenge is like a very structured 6 hours long, but each one is, we have 6 lessons. Each one is about an hour. So we will teach you very important thing. Like first lesson is going to talk about laying the foundation right by going through how to set up the business manager in a proper way. Second lesson is about objectives, which is where we discuss about which objective does what. So you need to understand that, because without that, you'll be actually shooting in the blank. You won't be able to know whether you are doing it right or not. So objective. And then after that, the day 3, we're going to talk about ads design, whereby we will discuss about quite a number of ads where I will share with you what they did right or wrong to learn something so that we can learn something from that. And day 4 is about audience targeting, and day 5 and 6 is about a walkthrough on how to set up the Facebook ads campaign using my 2-step funnel framework. So I would recommend that you go through that. But nonetheless, I hope I answered your question, Justin. If you have anything else, you can actually type in the comment section. Thanks for the question. All right, guys. I have quite a number of questions that I gathered, on my YouTube channel and my Facebook group, as well as through some of the conversations I have with my students and my coaches. And, I was thinking it would be very useful, it would be very meaningful if we can discuss some of the questions together, because these are all good ones. Okay, so I'm just going to come in. So rolling into the deck. So I have a slide. Okay. Now, now the first question is coming from Richard. Richard recently enrolled in my 6-day challenge. That's why he's trying to set up this 2-step funnel framework. But if you are new to this 2-step funnel framework, let me give you a quick introduction about what is that all about, right? So fundamentally, the 2-step funnel framework means we will have 2 ads running simultaneously. Now we call it T1 and T2, tier 1 and tier 2 fundamentally. Now the tier 1 ad is really to help you go out and reach fresh audiences that might be interested in your product or services. This is where we call the evergreen, fresh audience targeting campaign. So that's the tier 1 ad. Now once we use the tier 1 ad to reach the fresh audiences, then we will capture them based on action taken. So it's either they actually watch the video or they click and go to your website and whatnot, right? So these are different audience qualifiers that we will use to pick up. Now, once they take this action, we will then stop showing the tier 1 ad to them because we don't want to waste money on them anymore, so that we can keep making sure that the tier 1 ad is always reaching the fresh audience. Now, in turn, we will start showing them the tier 2 ad, which is, the second advertisement, which is fundamentally to actually follow them for a while, to persuade them to take the action that we want them to take. So that's the tier 1 and tier 2. Now, basically, these two ads, the tier 1, tier 2, should go out simultaneously, because the moment they see the tier 1 ad, they go out and they should be starting to see the tier 2 ad. So that's the framework that we have been using in the past many years, and helping thousands of Facebook advertisers to advertise on Facebook in an entirely different way. So we teach this in our 6-day challenge. I would strongly recommend that you look at that. The 6-day challenge is a very good program. Now, Richard is actually setting up tier 2, but he's seeing this problem. Now, if you're doing lead generation, we usually will use either tier 1 lead gen, tier 2, either messenger lead gen, or things like that. So we discuss in great detail why do we want to use two different objectives to play on this one. So when it comes to tier 2, I believe this is the question. I think Richard already found the solution. Because when it comes to messenger, if there is something that you do not know, messenger has this lead gen mechanism, which is very similar to the lead form. However, the beauty of it is people don't even need to submit form or whatnot. Their phone number will become button, they click, they give it to you. Their email will become button, they click, they give it to you, and stuff like that. It's a very powerful way. So if you're doing this lead gen mechanism, you can only select messenger. You cannot select Instagram direct and anything else. So that's a bit of some technical hiccups over there. But don't worry, I think, Richard, you found the way. So if you want to use the messenger lead gen, and inside Facebook Ads Manager, there is this objective called the messages objective, under which is to help you get people to talk to you on the messenger level. Now, if you want to use the lead gen mechanism, which is a very powerful one, you can only choose the messenger platform. Okay, so that's Richard's prompt. Thank you so much, Richard. Thanks for the question, and have fun building your two-step funnel framework. Now, the next question that I get is from G. I think I pronounced your name right. G posted this question in my YouTube channel. It's about reaching the right target audience. So she's saying, you posted an ad on Facebook and you went to the wrong audience. You're in Ghana, but Americans were responding to the ad. How do you know it's Americans? Okay, basically, here's how it works, G. All you need to do is very simple. You just need to make sure that you are actually selecting the right location. Now, the little hack over here, which is when you're selecting the location, you make sure you are actually going for the people who are living in that location. That will help you avoid people who are not living here and something like that, So just make sure you're targeting people who are living. And sometimes about reaching wrong audiences, this happens from time to time. Now, a lot of people will say that Facebook is actually cheating my money. They're sending the ads to the wrong people. Now, I beg to differ. Anyway, there are many reasons behind that. So location is one. The second thing is probably you are choosing the wrong objective. That will also cause the wrong audience to come in. But nonetheless, let's fix on the location first. Okay? Go to your location. Make sure you're actually going for people living in this location. That will help you zoom in better. Yeah? So that's for G's question. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. G asked this on YouTube. And we have another one from Suren. Suren Digital. He's actually looking at this advanced Facebook advertising strategy. Now, Suren is asking, when whoever visit your website today and not fill up the form, so that's the scenario. And then in the next 14 days, daily, you want to show one unique ad every day. Is that what you mean? Okay, is it possible to show one different ad per day like this? Yes, you can. But theoretically, you can. So this is what we call the complex two-step funnel. So what you will do here is you will create multiple ad sets. So let's say if you have 14 ads running, you'll be creating at least 14 ads for the tier 2, for the retargeting. Each one will target for only 1 day each. Now, here's the problem, Suren. you have to always remember, if you want to do this kind of super niche, super complex two-step funnel framework, one of the biggest concern is about the audience. You see, for custom audience, effectively when we go to tier 2, we are actually using the custom audience. Like let's say, for example, for Suren's case, you want to target people who visited your website in the last maybe like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days kind of thing, all right? Now, when you want to do that, basically all you need to do here, and you want to make sure that every day you have enough audience to show. Because as we understand Facebook ads, for custom audience with too small an audience size, it may not run. You get what I mean? So theoretically, in our opinion, in our experiment, right, we need about at least 50 to run. So if you do not have 50 people every day to retarget, it may not work. So that's the problem. But nonetheless, Suren, it is totally possible. I've done it. Yeah. So basically, if you want to learn this, you can actually learn this technique through our advanced two-step funnel workshop. So if you go to my website, go under courses, scroll down to the second last row, then you will see the advanced two-step funnel workshop. I call it workshop or training anyway. So this is where I actually discuss how do I build complex two-step funnel framework for specific, like Suren's niche. It is totally possible to answer your question, Suren. If you want to do, 14 days retargeting with 14 different ads, that's what you want to achieve. It's completely possible. But all I have, my only concern is about the audience. It may not be too big enough. So you have to make sure that you have good flush, as in like you have good budget at the tier 1 to make sure that you flush enough audience into your tier 2 every single day. So that's what has to happen. Okay, thank you for the question, Suren. Now let's move the other one. This is Eder asking on my marketing partner program. Now, for those who know me, I'm actually a Facebook Blueprint certified professional since 2017. So rest assured, whatever you're actually learning from me through my program or my AMA sessions like this and whatnot are, seriously following Facebook's guideline. Now, on the other hand, I'm also a Facebook preferred marketing partner. Now, as a Facebook preferred marketing partner, we need to at least, our business manager must administer, all the ads manager combined, we must manage at least $325,000 in the last 180 days. And it's a progressive 180 days block. So yeah, we have a few big clients who are actually spending big. So that's why we are actually working on that. But I'm no longer managing clients. I'm only coaching these clients in their Facebook ads campaign. So yeah, so if you want to work with me, you can actually reach out. You can go to my website and schedule a one-to-one call with me. Or yeah, you can either go to my program and schedule one-to-one with me, because I don't actually do, just any discussion kind of call unless yeah, we know each other. Okay, so you can actually schedule a call. You just go to my website, look for the coaching, then you can actually schedule a one-on-one call with a cost. So yeah, thanks Eder for the question. Now I have this question. This is a question being asked by my student. Okay, so it's a very interesting question. So I was thinking maybe I should actually bring it up and share with you. So because in this question, a lot of people was asking this. You see, when you're running ads, so when you set up ads on your Facebook Ads Manager, okay, you will actually be running ads, so-called. Let me actually bring it up over here just to make sure that I'm in there. Hang on, So I'm just looking at the campaign itself. I wanted to bring in to show you how do I do this thing. So yeah, the question is, if you are running an ad, you see, when you set up an ad on Facebook Ads Manager, the post is not visible on your Facebook page. Technically, if you set up the ads in your Facebook Ads Manager, it is actually a dark post or a sponsored post. Of course, people call it sponsored post or unpublished post. So basically, it is only being published as an advertisement, and only those who are being targeted can see the ad. Now, what if you want to post this ad to your Facebook page? Is it possible? The answer is yes. Because yeah, it's actually quite useful if this is really something that you want to do. I would encourage you to do that, because sometimes when you're running ads, you get all these comments and likes and all that, right? So if you want to publish it to your Facebook page, some people like it because it looks good, because you have got quite a number of engagement going on over there. So now, how do you do that? Very simple, right? So you go to your Facebook Ads Manager, go and on these three strokes. Okay, so go all the way down. Yeah, I have it here. If you don't have it here, then you go all the way down and look for page poses and whatnot. It should be somewhere there here. So go for page poses. I usually open up in a new tab just to show you how it works. Now, when I open the page poses, okay, then I'll be able to see all the poses, including published posts, scheduled posts, and ad poses. All right, I'm going in. Give it a minute. Okay, so yeah, then you see this. We have published poses, scheduled poses, and ad poses. Now, all you need to do is to go into the ad poses, okay, and then you select the post that that has been published as an advertisement. You should be able to see it over there. Give it a minute. Okay, now here you go. So let's say if this is a test, I'm just putting it up as a test. So you just select the advertisement. Okay, you just select the advertisement that you want to do. You will come up as a preview, but since this is a very slow one, all you need to do is to just click publish, and you will go to your Facebook page, carrying all the likes and comments with that. So if that's what you want, go ahead and try that. So all you need to do is very simple. Go into page poses, find the post under the ad poses, click on the publish button, and voila, it goes out to your Facebook page. Thank you for the question. And yeah, you see, the next discussion that I want to bring it up is, I've been talking about the two-step funnel framework. A lot of people were asking me, I totally understand that some of you who have learned through my 6-day challenge or my Facebook ads for Shopee store program and all that, right? This is all using the two-step funnel framework, but some of you don't use the two-step funnel framework because, you know why? A lot of people find it complex. A lot of people find it confusing. Now, here's the thing. If you're learning something new, of course, you'll find it a little bit quite complicated to do at the very beginning. Just like the moment you're first learning about Facebook advertisement, the ads manager, everything looks complex to you, but the moment you do it for a while, everything becomes natural, right? Same goes to the two-step funnel framework. It takes a bit of practice, if you're asking. You need to practice it in order to start getting better at it. And the moment you get better at it, you'll be able to do this in an entirely different way. This is only some of the results that I captured in the last 1 week on some of my coaches program. Okay, I have a new program called the Facebook Ads Scaling Program. This is really for those people who really want to scale their Facebook ads campaign. So let's say if you have been spending, my threshold is at least you are spending at least $1,000 every month on Facebook ads, and you want to scale. You want to get better at it. You want to get a better result out of it. So let's say if you're spending $1,000, you want to double down, spend $2,000. You may not be able to get double your current result right now because it's not as easy, as simple as you believe it is. So if you want to do that, then I will encourage that you apply for this, the Facebook ads scaling program. Yeah, so this is a program where I will work with you for 5 weeks to really give you a walkthrough, as in like I'll be designing the two-step funnel framework for you, and I will implement it with you. You do it under my guidance. And after that, we will optimize it along the way until you reach a very solid. I guarantee you will start seeing result on week 2. So these are some of the result that I'm actually getting from my coaches over here. Can you imagine that? Do you want this for your Facebook ads campaign? Do you want this for your e-commerce Facebook ads campaign? This is an e-commerce business. So 162 ROS, that means you spend $1, you get $160 back. For the second one, you spend $1, you get $300 back. So that's kind of like a dream, okay? Basically for people to, to just go on that. So basically, if you want to do that, I would encourage that you join my Facebook ads scaling program. This is not for everyone. I don't have it on website, but if you believe you've actually fit, you fit the criteria that we can work together, drop me a message on my Facebook page, and I will talk to you further on that. Okay, so that's the power of T2. So that will bring back to the question where this is another question that I received in one of my discovery call. So people were asking me, they say, how do I scale Facebook ads effectively? So when it comes to scaling, I have to define the word scaling. Scaling means you have been seeing some good result on your Facebook ads campaign, and you're thinking to spend more Facebook ads budget and hoping to see better result. Now, this is scaling. So here's what I would guarantee that you will happen. So if, let's say, for example, if you are spending, let's say, $100 a day, and you're seeing, like, let's say if you get, like, you spend $100 a day and you're getting about $1,000 in revenue, that is like a 10x ROAS. Not too shabby, not too shabby. So, and you want to say, okay, now this is good, you know, so I want to double down, I want to spend $200 instead. Now, almost without fail, I can guarantee the moment you double down like that, you're definitely not gonna get 2,000 in revenue. You get what I mean? You were definitely not able to maintain the 10x ROAS that you see when you're spending 100, you get 1,000, but you spend 200, you can never get 2,000 in most of the cases. Well, but of course, I'm not saying all the cases, but in most of the cases, you can't get 2,000 back. Why? Because Facebook advertisement is quite complex. You know, let me give you some of the ways to scale meaningfully. Let's say if you want to scale, I mean, the easiest way to understand scaling is you don't double down right away. You scale gradually. That's how we do it. So let's say if you're spending 100 a day, okay, all you need to do is you scale by maybe 20%. Maybe you add another $20 over there. And then you monitor for at least 3 days to 7 days on a few things. You want to see whether your CPM shoots, okay, whether your frequency shoots, okay. So these are the few angles. And of course, we still need to monitor our CTR and everything. So that's the first thing. So if it stabilizes, then we scale another 20 to 30% until it reaches a ceiling. Now, when it reaches a ceiling, then we need to play a different ball game already. We probably have to break more ad sets. You know, we need to split our audience targeting and all that in order to reach a more meaningful scaling framework. But that's fundamentally how you want to scale. So long story short, you don't double down, because the moment you double down, it breaks. Okay, you need to gradually scale. So that's the better way of scaling. But if you need help, okay, this is only for those people who spend more than $1,000 a month on Facebook ads. And if you need help in scaling, please get in touch. I have a Facebook ad scaling program where every month I can take up to 5 to 10 clients, depending on the complexity, to work with you in 5 weeks program to help you build your new strategy, implement your strategy with you, and optimize the strategy in 5 weeks time. So this is really a very rare opportunity that you get all of me in these 5 weeks to work on your Facebook ads campaign so that you're able to see a different new way of doing Facebook ads for your business. So yeah, so that's the thing. So get in touch. I will walk you through on getting in, because this is not published on my website, but nonetheless, it's a very meaningful program. Currently, we have a few, active clients are coming in right now, and they are seeing wonderful result on week 2. Even just on week 2, they start seeing crazy result coming up, like what we show over here now. Check this out. 162 x ROAS, 306x ROAS is insane. All right. So that's the ad scaling. Get in touch, and I will walk you through how to apply for this one. Okay. So that's about scaling. Now, a lot of people are asking me, Jason, how do I analyze Facebook ads performance? Now, of course, when you're analyzing a Facebook ads performance, the moment you go into Ads Manager, you're going to see this, right? So let's say we go into the Ads Manager. So in most cases, when you are in your Ads Manager, you'll be seeing the performance as the default, okay? So when you are actually seeing the performance, then you'll be seeing, then you'll be seeing the bid strategy and whatnot, how many people you reach, impressions and whatnot. So these are all the basic numbers. So if you want to analyze in a more meaningful way, let me actually teach you to pull out a few metrics that are quite important. So let's say if you go all the way down, you go to customize columns. Okay. So when you go to customize columns, customize columns. It takes a bit of time to come up on this one. So in the customized columns, we will want to call out a few custom metrics that are very important. Okay, so it's very slow. Okay, so a few things that you need to pull out. Okay, first thing first, you pull out the CPM. Okay, you can type over and look for the search. You want CPM and you want frequency. Okay, right, and you want CTR. So these are all the basic ones. But of course, it depends on what kind of industry you are in, what kind of campaign that you're looking at. We will dive into a different metrics. But fundamentally, these are the few ones. These are the few important ones that you want to monitor. So first, we want to look at the CPM, because this is the cost that you are really spending to reach your audiences. So you want to make sure that the CPM that you're monitoring is not fluctuating very much, because a lot of times, sometimes this is what happens, right? When you're running an ad for a while, it has been doing good for a while, but suddenly the cost comes out for a few days, and you will say that, oh, this ad is dumb, I gotta kill it. No, most of the time you're killing it prematurely. You know why? It could be because of the CPM. So if you kill it right now, what are you doing? Are you discounting that in the past few weeks it has been doing good, and all of a sudden these 2 days not going good, you're just gonna kill it? Then how are you gonna keep this campaign going? How can you run a long-term campaign if you keep killing ads like that? That's why this is one of the mistakes that a lot of advertisers are making. You are killing an ad prematurely. That's why you must learn how to read all this data meaningfully to find what is going right or what is going wrong, what action should you do, what not to do, when to do things, how to do things right. So these are the things that you need to learn. Okay, these are the things that I can't really teach in a lesson. If you understand me, if you agree with me. Why? Because I can only give you a basic, like, the benchmark like this. Like, let's say, for example, I will look at the frequency. It has to be between 1 to 2, all right? And then I will be looking at the CTR. It has to be at least 2 and above and stuff like that. So these are basic ones. But depending on how your campaign is, what is your campaign, you will have a different metrics to monitor. So if you need help, okay, all you can do here is, if you need help, you to read the data and find the right way to scale your campaign. You can apply to our Facebook ad scaling program. This is a program where I will work with maximum 5 businesses in every month. And it's going to be like a 5-week program that I will be designing the strategy for you, implement it with you, and optimize it with you. So it's like a 5 weeks to get full of me, and we will definitely build a very different way to scale your Facebook ads in an entirely different way using my 2-step funnel framework. So it's not for everyone. I'm actually looking at people who actually spend at least $1,000 and above every month on Facebook ads. So if you're thinking that you're spending $1,000, you want to spend more to get better result, talk to me, okay? Reach out to me via Messenger or email, and I will be in touch to bring into the application form and all that. So that's how we work, okay? So that's the scaling program. So this is really coming back to the question on how to analyze the Facebook ads performance. So this is really something that you must learn. How can a Facebook advertiser not knowing how to analyze campaigns? So this is like putting so much money on the table, right? So you got to be really sure that you learn this, right? So another question that I received is, when is the good time to scale Facebook ads? This is the time that I'm answering this question. I would say that the best time to scale Facebook ads is right now. Okay, 2 reasons. The first reason is because our CPM is hitting quite a low. It's kind of like low right now. Because why? Because after 7/7, moving forward, we don't have big campaigns coming up. Okay, and then the next major one is going to be like a 9/9 or 11/11 coming up, which we have a few months over here. So these are the time where the CPM is low because less competition in the market. At the same time, at this point of time, because in most of the countries out there, we are still very much on a lockdown, the click intent and the buying intent is very high among the audiences. Okay, so when it comes to this kind of scenario, what we can do here is we can actually come in and start getting more result at this point of time. So here's how the thing works, right? Moving towards the end of the year, all the cost is going to come up. Like especially 11/11 and onwards, okay, the CPM is going to come up because the competition will get so much, competitive in the market. More advertisers will come in. It will push all the ad costs to come up. So what you can do right now, if you're running e-commerce or any business right now, this is the time that you get better result. You start getting more, customers, and when it comes to that time, you can start doing your retargeting. You focus more on your retargeting, or even to run email and all this to actually increase the customer lifetime value, to reduce the dependency on advertising at that point of time. Even you still run ads, you will run on the audience who are more ready to buy, or even those who bought from you. So it will actually help you increase the customer lifetime value and increase the effectiveness of your Facebook ads campaign. So yeah, so back to the question, when is the good time to scale? It's now. This is the time to scale. So if you need help in scaling your Facebook ads campaign, so we have this Facebook ads scaling program, remember? I can't give you a link because you have to talk to me, and I will ask you a few questions whether you are ready for that. If you are, then I will allow you to apply, because the moment you apply, we will be going through a half-an-hour discovery call. So I just want to make sure that I'm talking to the right person, because in this half an hour discovery call, I guarantee I'm going to give you tremendous value even on the discovery call itself, because I'm going to look at your ads campaign to see whether I'm able to help you. Okay. So if we can help, I can help you, then of course we can, if you see the investment is worthwhile, we can work together. But if not, I guarantee that you will even walk away with tremendous value in the discovery call itself. Okay. So talk to me and I will actually, bring you in for a discussion to see whether we are a fit to do this together. So I have a question from Louis over here. So Louis has a questions about, can business page be monetized? Because you already have a Facebook page, your product is computer accessories. And yeah, okay, you would like to make unboxing video out of it. Do you have a course for page likes and monetize your Facebook page? Okay, this is a very good question. I don't have course for Facebook page monetization, and I am not specialized in Facebook page monetization. But nonetheless, here's what I want to offer you, Louis. Why not YouTube? You know why? It's so much easier to actually, focus on, to build something on YouTube. Because like, for example, I have a framework. Yes, if you want to look at YouTube, you want to create video, how to create the right video for YouTube and all that, I have a program. You watch out to my emails. This is not a separate program. I won't do it on a separate, but I will do it together in a program where it's kind of like a boot camp where I will walk you through how to build yourself, build your personal brand, and and with all these ways, my framework to build your YouTube channel in a very effective way. In a matter of months, you'll be able to start, kicking in on the algorithm and start getting good referral traffics from YouTube and organic Google and all that. So that's a powerful one. So yes, watch out to my email, Louis. That will help you to get it. Okay. So yeah, it's a program that I'm going to kickstart on the 20th of July. Yeah, watch out to my email. Okay, I'll be writing to you. Thanks. And we have a question from Bethel. Bethel is asking how to lower costs for Facebook page likes. First thing first, I need to know how much is that. Okay. Second thing is, okay, to be very frank, we no longer run ads for Facebook page likes because, in my opinion, it's not a very important metric anymore. But nonetheless, if you're still doing that, I understand there are certain situations where you still need to grow page likes. Very simple to, if you, let's say your cost per like is made, let's say, for example, $1, okay? The first way to reduce the cost, because we got to be very clear about the objective, right? You want to reduce the cost. The easiest way is to broaden the audience. The moment you broaden the audience, okay, your CPM will come down, because Facebook advertising is being dictated by your CPM, cost per 1,000 impression. You're not paying per like, you're paying every time Facebook shows your ad to your audience. And out of which, how many people like, that's another story. That's why they will give you the cost per like, but that's not the final cost that you're paying to show ads on Facebook. You don't pay by like, you pay by showing. So the moment you go for broader audience, immediately the CPM comes down. And then among all these people who see it, we are hoping that better chance of these people might like your page and all that. But on the other hand, here's my argument, Bethel, since you brought up this question, I think it's a very good one. Do you think it's easier to nurture people who are stranger, who like our Facebook page, and we need to spend a lot more time to nurture them, to tell them who we are? And you have not to forget, our organic reach is such low organic reach. Every 1,000 people who like your page, anytime you post anything, you're only reaching about 3 to 5%. So rather, what I do, instead of focusing on page likes, you get to the action first. Let's say, for example, if you want to grow page likes and you want to nurture these people to go and buy from your website, I would say might as well you start with advertising to bring people to your website. From there, there'll be people who buy from you, and there will be people who actually, and they like your page, they spill over and start liking your page and all that. Focus on the more important thing in Facebook advertising journey. That's what I will think. Okay, Bethel, I would say if you can join my 6-day challenge, it will give you a better idea about Facebook advertising, so that you know what are the things that you can do in a more effective and meaningful way on Facebook advertising to help you do that. Okay, now, so yeah, thank you so much for the question. You see, we overrun by 4 minutes. I don't think you mind. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this. Okay, so this is Ask Me Anything Sunday night show. We go live every Sunday night at 10 p.m. GMT +8. And basically, all we do here is, we answer your questions about Facebook ads and post your questions. Whether you're actually watching the replay, doesn't matter. Post your questions on my Facebook group or my YouTube channel. I'll pick them up and answer here. But do not expect me to come and respond to you in the comment. I can't, okay? I have a lot of comments or questions coming in. I can only do it here. Okay, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining this. I'll see you next week. All right, have an awesome week ahead. Tomorrow is Monday already. Lesson Monday Blue. Let's conquer the week. Okay, see you next week. Bye-bye.